Hi, my name is Dwayne Williams and I'm a student at JTech, and today we're going to go over how to use a two-post hydraulic lift. Before you bring in a vehicle, you should always make sure to inspect your lift, and you should also make sure that you have a clear, safe work area. That way you have no issues when you're working on a vehicle. When you bring a vehicle in, you should always make sure that it's in the center of the lift. That way there's no chance of having any sort of an accident due to improper balance. As you go around the vehicle, you want to make sure and inspect that all lift points are equal along both sides of the vehicle, front to back, and side to side as well. Every vehicle has different lifting points depending on the weight and the size of the vehicle. So for that, in order to find which lifting points you need for your vehicle, you should check if you have a lifting guide. You should check the lifting guide, and here we find that the lift points for this particular car are right here on this page. Or if you don't have a lifting guide and you have access, you could use Pro Demand, which is another really good way of finding where your vehicle's lift points are. Now that we've identified where the lifting points for this vehicle are, you should go ahead and proceed to put on the first lifting point. And now that that's done, you can go around and make sure you do all the others just the same. As you can see, I have the lifting points on this side set up just as the ones on the other side. Now that we have the lifting points in the proper place, we're going to go ahead and raise the lift about 10 inches just to make sure that, go ahead and kill it. Now that we have the lifting points in the proper places, we're going to go ahead and lift the vehicle just enough that the pads will make contact with the vehicle. That way we can check that they're in the right place. Now that we can see that this side placed, you should go around and check and make sure that the other side is in the right position as well. Okay, now that all the lift points are securely in place and they're all even on the same side, now we're going to go ahead and lift the vehicle roughly about 10 inches, just enough to bring it up and make sure that the vehicle's stable. Now that we have it up, you need to come around to the front and the back of the vehicle and just give it a little push on each side to make sure that the vehicle's not going to go anywhere. Okay, now we see that the vehicle is stable. Now that we can see that the vehicle is stable on the lift, before we raise it the rest of the way, you should go around, and as you slowly start to raise it, you should check and make sure that there's nothing hanging from the bottom of the lift or nothing that it would obstruct it at the top from going all the way up. Okay, now that we know that the lift is stable, or the vehicle is stable on the lift, we can go ahead and proceed with raising the vehicle to your desired height. Now, as we raise the vehicle, you're going to hear a clicking noise. And what that noise is that'll be the locking mechanism on the lift that keeps the vehicle from falling down. So we're going to go ahead and raise the vehicle up. Okay, now that we have the vehicle at our desired height, you have to slowly let down the vehicle till you can hear that you hear both sides of the lift lock in place. Okay, now that we see that the vehicle is in place and it's safe to walk away from the vehicle. Once you finish working on the vehicle and you're ready to set it back down, you need to raise the vehicle up a little bit to get it off of the lock. That way it'll release before you can bring it back down. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Alright, now that it's off the lock, we're going to bring it down. And in order to do that, you need to make sure that you stay clear before you can release it to make sure there's nobody around the vehicle. There you go. Now you're ready to go.
They skipped a lot of stuff.
Okay, today's video was a safety video on how to properly and safely work a two-post vehicle hydraulic lift.